Hi, welcome to this unboxing for this prototype. This is prototype, and keep that in mind, but it's such a good looking game that I wanted to show you how the components look like even in the prototype material. Of course it will be completely different and enriched with additional scenarios, etc, and additional components and stretch goals once the campaign goes live, which is going to be a smash hit, I'm sure, because it has both Lucky Duck games and Van Ryder games on the box, and not to mention that it is a great design. So this is a game, for those of you who don't know, the Dark Quarter, that is going to hit Kickstarter crowdfunding actually soon. This is going to be a game that is really atmospheric and thematic. A game that plays from 1 to 4 players, 120 minutes to 180 minutes, roughly 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours that is. Age is 16 and up, and it's not a difficult game, but with a lot of theme and a lot of things going on, with not a lot of rules, but with a lot of immersion, atmosphere and thematic ties. The designer is Evan Derrick, and the game belongs to the categories of adventure, exploration. It's considered mature adult due to, you know, the theme that it's been used in the game. Murder mystery, and the main mechanisms are co-op game, dice rolling, map addition, role-playing, solo. It plays as a solo as well, and storytelling. The Dark Quarter is a cooperative, app-driven adventure game that is set in a dark, fantastical vision of 1980s New Orleans. Welcome to New Orleans, Louisiana, a vibrant city of music, food and magic. Neon lights flicker in dirty puddles and up-down Bourbon Street. The innovations of the modern world clash with the ancient and terrible traditions, and murder is never simple. The Beaumont agency, staffed with a roster of brilliant, colorful and ultimately flawed private investigators, as they should always be, specializes in solving cases that no one else can crack. Players each take the role of one of those agents and work along together with each other to solve the worst crimes that New Orleans has to offer. It's a world full of magic, where hexing curses are sold on every street, where voodoo priestesses and creatures of the night are lurking around every corner, and where even the most mundane crimes have a tinge of supernatural aspect to them. Though the game is scenario-based, it's played through multi-scenario campaigns. It tells a rich, dynamic story and invites players to take critical decisions that will not only affect their characters, but change the direction of the course of the story as well. The characters are not simply avatars, easily replaceable from scenario to scenario. Instead, they are woven into the very fabric of the story itself. And the destiny of New Orleans is really linked with the decisions and what they're going to do. So, after this big introduction, again, reminding you that this is a prototype, but you know the quality of Lucky Duck games and Van Ryder games, so expect nothing than excellence in the final production. So this is the theme of the game. Okay, this is intended for reviewers, so that's why I'm not going to go into detail. This is the draft rulebook that you see. You have the object of the game, the 4 mini character miniatures, the NPC miniature, 8 main dice, 12 effort dice, skill cubes, various location markers, various NPC markers. I'm really thinking that they would be going with an addition of miniatures there. Really hope that they get an extra add-on as miniatures. Let's see. 10 story cards, 21 consumable cards, 20 character markers, experience tokens and ability cards as well. Of course the app, because the game uses the app, as we have seen with Destiny. I heard people saying from the company that this game is really the best marriage between Chronicles of Crime and Destiny, which are 2 great games out there. So with all this in mind, I think this is going to be a really superb game framework, which I'm hoping that they're going to support and get a lot of love, so that we see more and more from this also in the future. So this is the setup of the game. This is how it looks. You have the player boards in front of you, the main map, the added sections of the city that will go there, the different tokens, the player character, and the play area would look something like that. I'm going to cover this game in a Kickstarter preview video, so I'm going to show you how it plays and add my review opinion after a few sessions with it. Of course, this is limited to one scenario, but it's going to be more rich in the final production, so I'm going to base my review on that. but I have no doubt it's going to be wonderful all around the full scenarios that they're going to offer in the game, the character skills and how they work. So it has some cool ideas from Destinies that I really like, how simple but yet interesting the decisions are on the player board management. Some item cards that you can see here, important concepts of the game, the flow of the gameplay. On your turn you perform all these steps. The mandatory, if able, is to refresh one effort die. The optional is to unlock ability cards, scan one item card, and interact with one point of interest. The game offers this scan technology that we have seen in Chronicles of Crime, which is really nice, by the way, solving crimes. This is what we're going to do in 1980s New Orleans, in a world full of magic and murder. Sounds brilliant, right? So these are the steps explained, how you interact with a point of interest that we have seen also from Destinies. I'm quoting those games because these are two amazing games. If you haven't checked them out, I'm really inviting you to really go and check them out. These are great games. So I'm only looking forward to see how they took the best aspects of those games and made this new, a completely independent, but very interesting thematic wise, but also from gameplay point of view, Dark Quarter. And the finale and the end of the game. Okay, so now moving forward to the components. I have some prototype miniatures there that I'm going to show you. What I'm really looking forward to show you are the dice, because look at those beauties here. I've seen some pictures of us online and Brie, but look how cool these look. These are amazing. This must be the most beautiful dice I have ever held in my hands. They are amazing. Amazing, beautiful. I could fill a jar with those and really put them in my living room for people to see. This is how great they look, and maybe I'm not expressing myself as I should be, because they're even better up close, but these dice are work of art, really excellent. Okay, so let's flip the components, let's unwrap everything, and let's see the main board. Again, this is a prototype, but I really like where they're going with this, with the looks of New Orleans. This is actually a theme that we have not seen before in board games, at least I don't have any. I'm really looking forward to see how this everything blends together. So these are the cubes that you're going to have in your recessed boards. These are the heroes that you have in here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a prototype, but they would be dual layered. At least they were in Destinies, and I don't see any reason not to be here as well. Maybe it's a Kickstarter stretch goals. I don't know. I'm not going into the details. I'm just going to show you some ideas of the looks. Look at those investigators. They're really unique, realistic. They could be characters in a movie. I want to see a movie of Dark Quarter. Please get it out in the future. And the last one is this. These are very charismatic, but ultimately flawed investigators, as the introduction dictates. But they really look great, amazing. Like the spill of coffee under the ashtray. Well done, nice aesthetics. Also, just from my experience from Destinies, you see, instead of having 3 skills, we have 4. Not going into detail, but this also seems as something interesting to me, especially for those who have played before Destinies. So that's why I'm highlighting. Then we have the location cards. Again, I don't think it's a spoiler if I show you some things, so just to show you the art, that's my intention. But if you don't want to see for the next couple of seconds anything, okay. But these are really nice art. If you don't know what's going on in the scenario, so there's no spoiler here, so don't worry. So Conco Square. really nicely done. I like the bird's eye view of all these locations. It includes both indoors and outdoors. Ooh, the cemetery. Congo Square. More cemetery. Yeah, something evil is going on over there. I like how the light plays with the well-lit areas of the scene. This is a house. A murder has occurred there, obviously. You can see from the blood trail over there. Someone is digging something hole for some reason. Wonder why. Mama Bell's house. Okay, so far I consider Destinies to be one, and Chronicles of Crime, but I'm focusing on Destinies because it's the latest one of the most thematic games out there. I would really like to see, after this game is published and developed and I get a chance to play more and more, how my opinion, and I think I'm expressing a lot of people out there, is going to change once you have played both this game and then the other one, and which one of the two is going to steal the crown. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we have some smaller cards, which are the ability cards, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Touched by magic. Well-rounded. Words of power. Persistent. Fast learner. Okay, so this looks like some character-specific vampiric rage, blood sacrifice, street smarts, etc. Character-specific ability cards. Okay, good. Then we see the consumable cards and the story cards. So you can scan these so that you can link it with the story. You have money. You have additional artifacts, cigars, rum, love potion, crowbar, vampire hand, voodoo doll. You get where this game is going, and I'm really looking forward to discover all this. Black pendant, evidence file, symbol, ooh, strand of rope, a note, closed locket, crucifix, an open locket, combined symbols, and figure bones. Okay, these are the consumables, and they are numbered, as you can see, because they may mean different things on different scenarios, as you would expect. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you are the tokens. Again, this is prototype, okay, keep that in mind. But there are various tokens of NPCs, of locations, of character tokens that are going to make this game awesome. Awesome, awesome. Really looking forward to this. And the miniatures. Again, these are prototype miniatures, so keep that in mind. But let me show you the characters. And let me show you how they look like. And let me show you the details, because okay, I'm a sucker for minis that fit the theme of the game, fine, but this game really is much more than that. But it's always good to have good minis, right, isn't it? So the first signs that I see, at least from here, are setting us for what to expect. Okay. Right, now, these are the different characters, okay? So, there you go. Look at that, this is really nice. Look at the detail, and look at the posture. He's pointing at something. What is it, that? A bottle of rum, maybe? Look at the details. great mini. This is also really nice, just holding some kind of spell or bomb. Very nice details, highlights. Look at the shoes, look at the details. Looks great. Loving it so far. There you have it. I think this is a vampiric character. I haven't played such a character before, so what a great idea, right? Put everything into the mix, and this is the NPC. There is some kind of voodoo going on there, I suppose, whatever. But it looks really nice. So, and this is the last one that you have. Look at the coat, look at the dynamic of the mini. It really captures a couple of seconds before it was frozen in time by the artist, the sculptor, and a couple of seconds after. So really well done. Okay, so there you have it. These are the components of Dark Quarter. I can't express how much I'm looking forward to this game. So I'm diving into playing the game, showing you the components, and coming back with a Kickstarter preview video with the detailed rules. And hopefully I'm going to have time to also play the first scenario and record this one for you to see. So many thanks for watching.